Hi there, this is Julie Merritt and welcome to the second part of our series, and we're going to be looking at the idea of an abundance mindset. So last time we were looking at the idea that there is no money. Well, this time I actually really want to reverse that. We have what we call overwhelming ants. They actually reckon that 98% of a successful business is actually around our mindset. It's not around necessarily the skills that we have, and you can see that time after time where people who are good communicators can sell pretty dodgy artwork, to be honest, and they can sell it for good money, yet it's our thoughts that get in the way of us being able to do that. Our ants stand for automatic and negative thoughts, so it's reckoned that we have about 60,000 of these thoughts a day, and what they do is they're constantly looking out for the times that we're going to have problems. They're looking at the negative stuff rather than the successes, but ultimately they're the stories that we tell ourselves. They aren't necessarily true, they aren't necessarily based in fact, they're often very much based in fear. So one of the things we need to begin to do is grab hold of our thought processes so that we can begin to turn that round, and we can begin to take control of our business, because as we get control of our mind, we get control of our business. The reality is that people do want our art. In 2013, a crazy amount of money was spent on art, $111 billion. Now that is a crazy figure. Admittedly, over half of it was spent on folk who are dead, but that still left $50 billion that was spent on living artists. That's a huge amount of money that is being spent on art. And in that, the money is being spent on people that the collectors know, like and trust. So our job as artists is simply to build relationships, and we can do that in a number of ways. We can do that through social media, through writing a blog post, but it's all about creating that relationship with people that they know, like and trust. They buy your story. So I often ask people, can you remember any of the names of Picasso's paintings? He made over 20,000 pieces. Can you name many of them? I know I can't name that many. Can you name any of the thousands of pieces that Van Gogh created? I can name some starry nights and some sunflowers, but not many pieces, to be honest. But we know who they are, we know their story. So our challenge is to begin to get people to know us. As people know our story, they begin to know who we are, they buy into us, and as they buy into us, they begin to buy our art. In all of this, the art market is beginning to change. So I mentioned before that sort of 61 billion was spent on really huge paintings, but that's beginning to change. In an article by Marian Manica in 2016, what she was saying is that we're seeing a thriving artist for lower placed works. Participation in the market is going up and dollars amounts are going down, and for us as self-representing artists, that is an amazing piece of news, because the people who are spending money are actually looking to purchase work in the price range that we're creating. Those massive headline drawing sales from 2003 kind of convinced everybody that there is value in the art market and it's worth making that investment. And as a consequence, thousands of people who used to spend millions of dollars have actually been supplanted by millions of people who want to spend $1,000. And that is absolutely amazing, because that's the price range that we need to be aiming our work at. And if you're aiming to do that, you are opening yourself up to a market which is growing rapidly, and that has a huge amount of disposable income to spend. This is a good time to be a self-representing artist. So this is the end of our second session. I really would love for you to begin to realise that there is a lot of opportunity out there. People are wanting to buy our art. People buy from people that they know, like and trust, and we can begin to create those relationships, and we can begin to sell our art to these people. It's an amazing time to be an artist.